No, it's already unmuted.
Yeah.
All right,
opinion.
Chat, I'll be back here in a little bit. I'm what you call the stank, so I'm gonna go take a shower.
Captain is a stinky boy, and he needs to go wash his booty.
I'm gonna go wash my balls.
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
I'll return in like 30 minutes to an hour because I like to take big chilling showers. What?
Before you leave, Caleb has a question.
What?
Opinion on mustard.
I hate mustard. There you go.
I only like mustard in certain circumstances.
I'll only eat mustard in Rio de Janeiro.
Huh?
I'll only eat mustard in Rio de Janeiro. Anyways, I gotta go wash my balls.
The fuck does Rio have to do with eating mustard? Opinion on peanut butter. Peanut butter is great. Chunky, by far, is best peanut butter. I will eat creamy peanut butter, but it is not preferred. Both at the same time. Super chunk superior. Bruh, facts. Facts. Incorrect to norm. I hate creamy. Don't get me wrong, I'll eat creamy. I will. Like, if that's all you have, I will eat it. And I won't complain. But if it's not my only option, then yeah, I will bitch until I get crunchy peanut butter. Ain't gonna lie. Is this an edgeworthy stream? Yes, it is. The best peanut butter? A lot has happened, John Doe. What the hell? Hold up, guys. Hold up. Now I'm just gonna put my phone on mute. Peanuts. Any new lore? Hello, Crossbow. Well, a lot of shit has happened, John Doe. I'll let Captain catch you up to stream when he gets back. Oh, stream lore. I mean, not a whole lot has happened. Realistically. In terms of stream lore. Captain is currently not here at the moment because he is a stinky, stinky boy. And he needed to go bathe. Boring ass motherfuckers. My pillows are comfy for real. Yo, just so you know, my name is pronounced Calum. Okay, I didn't know if it was Calum or Callum. I should bathe too now that I think about it. Crossbow, when was the last time you had a bath? When was the last time you had a bath? Oh, speak of the devil. I had midterms today, and it was very sweaty. Oh. Should have been pronounced Kilo. Do you think Captain has stinky toes? I mean, maybe. Cap is stinky. Stinky. Edgeworthy. Edging. Yeah. I forgot, did we show him? everything. Put a little more thought into what you show me. So I think he gave this to me. I don't like to look through reports. Like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one that has two. 2 parts. What you just handed me. First part of the report. Here is the second part. Oh. Adrian Andrews.
Miss Andrews? What did she do?
She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try and off herself, though. Think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews? Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Wait, so do I get the second report, or... Oh! What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? Why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why. What? Why would that?
Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
After her attempt, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. When she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark, and that's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Aha! Okay, I think that's all we needed. Hello, Mr. Fundu. Who wants to see a really messed up meme I made? Because I exist in this world, Series Edge. Damn, this is some heavy shit. It is some heavy shit, Justin. Gee. Okay. Let me check with Pearl. Since there were no psych locks, then that means we can trust Mr. On Guard to be innocent.
I really feel much better knowing that. Ever since last night, I was so worried that I kept wondering, what if he is the real killer? What then?
Hey, I have something I want to ask you, Pearls.
Okay, what is it?
Why are you so interested in how Maya and I get along? I mean, she and I don't have anything special going.
Huh? What do you mean? But I thought you and Mystic Maya were... I've been mistaken all this time? No way!
She really wasn't kidding. Pearls actually believes Maya and I are... Maybe I should have just left it alone.
Mr. Nick, stop it! Don't hide your true feelings from me!
Ow. She slapped me. Okay. So... Oh, wait, no. We need the... things. Hold up. Hello. Yeah!
Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
Franziska von Karma?
Miss von Karma?
What are you doing here? Well, see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. I'm not following you.
That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls.
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl.
What is that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. That noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Think hard about what we just discussed, understood? Alright. What are those two talking about?
Miss Andrews? She seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
Damn, she might as well put a collar on him. You know, you think she would have at this point. Okay, wait, I need to present. Take that! There we go. Okay. Pearls really be shipping at her age, huh? So Pearls is a sucker for romance novels. It's fine. Why was Juan Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Ba-bam. Take that! And an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into the story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on our good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? You need to get close to Mr. Kurita. As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Kurita for this person's sake? Profiles... Yes. Take that! Celeste Impacts, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impacts. She offed herself, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Yeah, sweat. Right before her death, she was Juan Kurita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Kurita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death, none. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Is there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her attempt was resolved. Oh, wait, shit, no! Gosh dang it! Hold on. Gosh frick, I clicked the wrong button. Okay. Tabloid. Profiles. Present. Okay. Evidence. Oh shit, which one would I... It would be this one because there was no suicide note. Because this is just the attempt. For her. Yeah, so I'd present this one. Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Kurita. What? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Kurita. Gotcha, bitch! I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste's impact was someone very special to you. Take that! Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impacts' note. You heard about it, and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was, why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Kurita dead. Me? Miss Impax was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? Woo! We did it. It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews.
This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her note. And that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste, without her I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her note, correct? It looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempt. I'd like for you to keep it a secret.
Miss Andrews?
If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. Keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. I guess she's the overthinking. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking through first. Thank you for your discretion.
Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know, it just suddenly appeared in my handbag. The seashell. What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. Wonder where I picked it up from. Or not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ungard in your capable hands. She's the type of girl to wear a shirt that says, I was raised to think things through, so if I smack the shit out of you, I was fully confident in that. Yes. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can.
What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Well, let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right?
Oh no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine. I really am.
You don't look fine to me.
So, what now?
Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive.
You mean Miss Impact says no?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver!
Hello? Wright & Co. Law Offices? Mr. Attorney, you're not answering the phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well.
Ask my...
Maya, is that you?
sis! Ask my sis!
Damn it, he cut me off.
Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she?
Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Titties! Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come. Ask me anything you want about her. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper. What is he like? I don't know. Apparently Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Arg. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? I'm starving. Really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me, so I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. There are all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see. What's this? It feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels? I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry. Not really thirsty. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I can use. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kinda looks like a business card? There's no name on it. The seashell. It's a picture of a seashell, I think? What a strange card.
Ah, that's it. This shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. Shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried.
To be continued.
Adrian did it?
That's what it looks like.
Dude, no way. No one can do anything like that.
In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Boyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand.
Well, it's almost time.
Mia? We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either.
No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going.
It's him.
This is right?
Good morning.
This is it, Mr. Attorney. Day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? I'll figure it out once the trial starts. Even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait. The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Warrior Dude? Who is that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget anything you heard. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Fuck are we, Pinocchio? What is D Killer's gift going to be? These nuts? Titties! Court is now in session for the trial of Matt and God. I think that is what he was referencing. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Your Honor. Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. You must tell me something. Please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning... What? What? Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman? What? Shot? Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. His present? Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is totally insane! Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She is alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. You're... Edgeworth! Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready, naturally. Then shouldn't you be standing over there? Okay, there we go. There we go, that's better. I ain't gonna lie, that was gonna annoy me for a hot minute. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. Tisk, tisk, tisk. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe? The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Now then, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
So Miss Von Karma got shot?
Yeah.
That was the last thing I watched. What happened after that?
Edgeworth has taken her place.
I'm about to be in here. I can't wait for this.
Oh, and Mia's here too.
What?
Titties.
The whole gang is back?
Titties.
Well, that's a child.
Not right now. Look, man, it's a weird 50-50 split at this point, and it's a weird thing to think about, realistically.
Either way, if Edgeworth's back, I can't wait.
She's got the same as her dad now, bruh facts. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah. And would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for.
Shut the fuck up. We have to be back.
Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The Kniff. The victim, Juan Carrillo, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir.
Definitely murder or murdered?
At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
The killer. The killer.
After
After
the
the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in this room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their room, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh, Edgeworth, how I have missed you! Oh, how I have missed you. Can you save for me so we can take a quick...
Alright. Hello, Comet.
Oh wow, Comet's here.
Also, Justin pointed out a very...
What, she got shot in the right shoulder just like her daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. Actually, you know what? Just save. We can continue on. Just save before we fuck something.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony. The victim, Juan Carino, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered. I gotta press this, because why does he say definitely murdered? The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Carino was stabbed in the chest?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good, hard look at the crime.
Honestly, the crime photo is so over the place that I would not be able to tell what killed him first.
Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. But now, his bandana, sir. The thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana scented bandana. Then what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. It's a crafty murderer on our hands here.
Oh, he was strangled and then stabbed. The frick? At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case.
And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The German ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar.
Stabbed post-mortem, huh?
And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. The victims, huh? I see. I think so much. That's so much for my theory then. Guitar case updated in the court record.
At least he tried. The judge actually tried to be helpful for once.
Press that too. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel then. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Carino, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So the guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well, Detective Gumshoe. Please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why arrest on guard?
Matt on guard and Juan Carino were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the German ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and found in Mr. Unguard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clear, sir. Knife added to the court record.
Bears the victim's blood and on guard's fingerprints in the grip gate water is engraved.
And then there's this button that was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button also covered in blood, is it? Yes, we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What?
Ripped off from the costume, found on unguard's hakama.
All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. I missed you so much. I have something you can present.
Matt and Juan were huge rivals.
Keep going.
Each thought the other was in his way.
That's not what it is. I think I know. Keep going.
Jamming Ninja's button. Ripped off the costume found in clothes. Fingerprints.
That one. Go ahead and present the knife to that one. I want to see if we can get any more information. Present the knife.
No, it's because I hit the wrong button earlier. So now I'm double checking.
Wait a second. What? So, the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that...
Hold on.
I started getting into it and you stopped me.
Well, Justin said to save. So. Sorry.
My client brought a knife beforehand.
Bought.
Whatever. That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. No? Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It has a gate water seal set into the handle. Gate water? I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. The Gate Water Hotel. Uh-oh. The murderer's knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What?
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. But how so? I admit, this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't.
Oh yeah, Gumshoe's getting fired.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Why?
After this trial, he has to hand in his badge.
Why?
Because I guess he fucked up too much.
Gosh damn
And
it.
they kept docking his pay that at that point, like, there was no point to pay him at all.
The question is... where did the knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corina's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. Every time he says that is incorrect, I just hear that meme. That is not correct.
Actually, that's not correct.
The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I'd like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. There is a knife and fork on the table. Then, where did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like first to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Especially what was on top of his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt on guard's knife was missing. Oh. Mr. On guard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven that this was a premeditated murder.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning.
This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. The murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume.
Sorry, my ear was itchy.
This is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your time, a waste of your honest time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown.
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well...
Let me just pull it out my ass! Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here...
Okay, keep going. I'm not gonna read that. Actually, I do. There's one. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. Mr. Wright. I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance and only one. What the judge is saying, Wright, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. Don't mess this up, it's curtain for all of us. You may now present one and only one.
Oh, bruh. Fucking shit. I guess we could use this to see what happens if we fuck it up. But I am gonna save right here, though.
I know exactly what it is, because I remember the other day we were debating over it for 3 years. What do you think it is? I want to see if we can guess it.
A piece of evidence to show that the trial's not concluded?
Yes. Nope.
No, I'm trying to look at all these.
It's an object.
This?
Take that!
This is a wine glass, is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. Well, yes, I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say? Well, yes, it is a little peculiar. Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth, what is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass. What? It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright. Mrs. Andrews would be upset. There's no way. After a week here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They just might fall for it, if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. You've turned the situation on its head yet again. As usual. Mr.
Gosh
Edgeworth,
damn it, right?
do you have any proof to back up your claim? No way he hasn't. He's just bluffing. It's Edgeworth. He has something. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have evidence to support it. Huh?
Wait. Huh?
No, I thought you were going to do the Nazi key.
What?
Oh. Hello, Ryan. Congrats on making it in time for the roast, Ian. You're not thinking hard enough today, Rice.
Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Hopefully.
Then, of course, it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints. There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews. What? Wine glass updated in the court record.
Dun dun dun.
This is why I said the person who had discovered the body had left it there. And are we done here, Mr. Wright? I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Am I the only one that finds it weird that the bandana is conveniently tied at the back of his neck?
Am I the only one who's totally already convinced it's Adrian Andrews?
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying that she didn't have a hand in this, but I'm also just saying that's a little suspicious to me.
tisk, tisk, tisk. Now, do you see right? You can't change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well. Furry sounds.
Sure.
I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to intervene. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like to court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
We should have just accepted his help earlier. I think he's just trying to dunk on us now. I'm out. I'm out. I'm not dealing with another one.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Gotcha. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy, it's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet was that wicked witch of the witness stand? I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime. Mr. Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Oof! Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps! Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You mean you were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Carita. But those two are the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed that night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Bro, I feel bad for Edgeworth, having to deal with this bitch. The wicked witch of the witness stand! Do you think if we threw water on her, she'd melt? I kinda wanna throw some water on her now. No. Damn it. I can dream, Justin! Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard, not on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. But why? Like, what need did he have to go into his room? That's my main question. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. But if you were pacing all night, and you saw him come out, when the hell did he go in? After the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. something you were interested in? And just what was that? It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy Poo, of course. What is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended. We can always have it appended into her testimony later. It looks like we shouldn't force it right now. Did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Since I was on the job, I made sure to keep an eye out the whole time. Yeah, so then how did you not see him go into the room? The number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room. I have no idea. I wasn't born, so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am. Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. Was then on guard. Not on guard, he was trying to sneak his way out of his room. Yeah, but then, like...
Hold it!
You saw my client, are you sure about that? Yes. Really? I know I'm rat when I say I saw someone, I saw that person. How do I get the sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Person's clothes. Tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. As if something like that matters. But it does. It was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket. He was wearing that at the detention center, too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Right. So, Mr. Wright, what's this testimony just now? Important or relevant in any way? It was very important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please. I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must... He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show.
Hold it!
Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. She is also so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. Bad for us. Really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Something I was interested in finding out. Okay. I feel like I need to present the tabloid.
Objection!
This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in the statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Fuck! Gosh, damn it!
Hold it!
What were you interested in finding out? check the button. Because I know it was... He was trying to sneak his way. Okay, so what I'm guessing I present the button here. That's the only other thing I can think of.
Objection!
There it goes. Miss Oldbag. Don't say my name for no reason. You know what this is. It's button number 2 on the Jammin' Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this! Wow. She really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Unguard's body during a full body search. See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal on guard. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai I cannot speak. Samurai Hakama pants. See? See? And on guard is the nickel samurai. Witness. Now it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt on guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress... Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Unguard the man, but Mr. Unguard the nickel samurai? When you think about it. They're really one and the same anyway. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Who I saw. On guard, on guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume. I should have called him Nikolai. Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Do you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Ah, youngins today, I told you, there is no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful as a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Now I remember Nickel Samurai, and I saw the Nickel Samurai.
Hold it!
Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not. Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be a Judge Wagner. I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public court, so what? See? Look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier puts any weight into things like that. And now, as everything, I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? It gave us an achievement for that! Wouldn't it be less convenient? And why would that be? That way, no one could see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You are such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're also always doing to me? I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. And that included the Jammin' Ninja? Of course it included him. That's why when Unguard came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. He must have worn the Nickel Samurai costume. But you said he wore something else when he came out. Let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai. As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is, what that contradiction means for us. I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. Huh. So, I know I'm not gonna present it here. So let me go over. Because see, the only thing I can think of... Congrats on the achievement. The only thing I can think of would be to present the button again. Because this was found in his costume pants. And she said that she saw him walk out of the room. Oh, fuck, yeah, that's also right.
Objection!
Please take a look at this. Yes, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at, and whose car are we driving? If Mr. Unguard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
Objection!
What do you mean, objection? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. That's well known, that it's well known that there was blood between the defendant, that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard about that. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? Let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? Yeah? Because if he had no intentions to kill him, what the hell would have happened for him to just... Right? I would assume a contradiction. Or is it supposed to... Or is this supposed to be a trick question where because he said there was no intentions, I should say that there are no problems? Oh gosh damn it, Edgeworth. Why do you do this fucking Uno reverse card shit? This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ungard was the killer, if that's the case. I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Do I present the knife?
Take that!
This knife was used by Mr. Ungard at dinner. Yes, we established that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita, I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from with... Supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all... Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like the bee, like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame? It's to frame my client, Mr. Ungard, of course. Frame?
Objection!
Aren't you forcing interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
Objection!
But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Grr. There he goes. Witness! Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Ungard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? It's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida, am I correct, miss? The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Maybe Phoenix. Maybe the Old Bag was waiting around for that person. It is who I think he is hinting at, certainly possible. Miss Old Bag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Now I present Adrian.
Take that!
Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrew, Mr. Unguard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... I see. The judge seems to be really into the article. If it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt. The witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness? What in the world are you... Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source, so that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. I did not mean to skip that. I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness. Please testify about this secret information. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you. Youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. Secret information. Then on guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter, and found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now. The guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. So I took action. What do you mean you took action? What do you mean by I took action? Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson. Something you youngins need. We're going to teach her a good lesson? I'm going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this. No, stop! Well, it was too bad the woman didn't come through the door that night.